I was part of the Sinaloa organization. I was born in Mazatlan, a beach kid used to the sun and heat. My dad wasn't one of those who worked on shrimp boats or worked in fishing. My dad was involved in bad things in the Sinaloa business, and since I was a kid, I was mixed up in that world. Because of my brother, they called me Mini Toy, and I grew up seeing pickup trucks, money, fights, and forced respect. Honestly, I had whatever I wanted. If I wanted something, it showed up. If I needed money, there was money. But even though I had all that, I always felt like something was missing. I always felt an emptiness that couldn't be filled, not with all the money or all the things around me. I grew up and kept going down the same path. Honestly, I got into that because it was what I saw every day. It was normal for me. It never seemed strange because I grew up surrounded by all of it. For me, it was simply the life I knew. Later, I went to Mexico City thinking things would be different there. I thought that by changing cities, I would also change my way of thinking. I enrolled in a high school to see if I could change my mindset, and that's where I met Leonardo. To this day, I can say he was one of my best friends. He was a very mature person. Leonardo changed my mind many times and opened my eyes when I didn't want to see things. I remember perfectly that he would often tell me, "Dude, this isn't going to end well." But I was completely blind. I thought I had everything under control. I thought I could come and go whenever I wanted. I thought nothing would ever happen to me. But life caught up with me quickly. I became a dad young, and that's when everything crashed down on me. Because it wasn't just my own skin on the line anymore. There was someone depending on me now. There was someone who was going to need me alive, and one day I just couldn't take it anymore. I left. I left because I saw atrocities that nobody tells you about. I saw kids, 13 and 14 years old, already getting into this like it was a game. Kids who should still be worried about school or anything else, but they were already caught up in a world that was going to make them pay the price. I saw maniacal minds you couldn't even imagine in your worst nightmare. People who could no longer tell right from wrong. People who enjoyed things that a normal person should never enjoy. And the worst part is that my dad, the same man who got me into that world, was the one who helped me get out. One day, he told me that he had seen enough. He had seen too much blood, too many families destroyed, and he didn't want that for his son. He didn't want me to end up like so many others who didn't make it. But getting out wasn't free, bro, because that life isn't always about luxury and girls like they make it seem. Many times it forces you to do horrible things for so little. For 1,000 pesos, for a kilo, just to earn approval. What really messes with your head is knowing the person they send you after has a life too. He has kids, he has a wife, he has a mother, he has people waiting for him at home. And even so, you have to pull the trigger or carry out the job, and that's tough. That eats you up inside. Because when you're left alone, you start thinking about all the things you did to yourself, about all the people who were left behind, and everything you could have avoided. Today I can tell you that I had money, I had respect, I had all the material things. But what really matters, that world doesn't give you. It doesn't give you peace, it doesn't give you tranquility, it doesn't fill the emptiness. You don't realize you're in hell until you're already there. When you're there, everything seems normal. Everything seems like part of life. But when you manage to get out and look back, that's when you really understand where you were standing. And most importantly, many times the only way out is to leave everything behind, even if it hurts your soul. Because there are moments when you have to choose between staying part of that world or saving what little is left of yourself. And I understood that just in time.